Spicy ladies. Men act tough, but love changes everything. Men act tough. They pretend to be in control. They convince themselves that they can keep their emotions in check. They walk through life with an air of confidence, never letting anyone see beneath the surface. They say things like, "I don't catch feelings easily," or "I'm just focused on my goals." But love is the one thing that changes everything. When a man falls hard for a woman, all of that goes out the window. Suddenly, the guy who once prided himself on being logical and emotionally detached starts doing things he never thought he would. He finds himself waiting for your messages, checking his phone more than usual, and replaying your conversations in his head. Even if he tries to hide it, his actions will betray him. He'll start behaving differently, acting in ways he can't even explain. He'll notice the little things about you, go out of his way to make you happy, and show subtle signs that scream one thing. He's falling, and he's falling fast. And here's the real twist. The signs men show when they fall in love aren't always obvious. Sometimes they're so subtle that you could miss them unless you know exactly what to look for. Some men will never admit they're falling, even to themselves, but their behavior, that's where the truth lies. They'll try to play it cool, but their subconscious will give them away. Maybe he suddenly starts mirroring your energy, adopting your little habits without even realizing it. Maybe he opens up to you in a way he's never done with anyone else. Or maybe, just maybe, he's showing you the one sign that no man can fake. And trust me, you don't want to miss the last sign on this list, because once a man does this, he's already completely yours. But before we dive in, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and join our amazing Spicy Lady soulful intimacy by using Spicy Lady technique and philosophical quotes about life, where we uncover the secrets of love, intimacy in relationships, and everything in between. Hit that button, and let's grow together. Before we break down the signs, men and women fall in love differently. Before we break down the signs, let's talk about something important. Men and women fall in love differently. Women tend to fall in love emotionally first. They feel a connection, build trust, and let their emotions grow naturally. Men, on the other hand, fall in love through actions. They don't just wake up one day thinking, "Wow, I love her." Instead, they start showing it through small but powerful subconscious behaviors. When a man is truly falling for a woman, he can't control it. His body and mind start betraying him. He will change in ways he never expected and suddenly start acting in ways that even confuse him. So, if a guy in your life is doing these things, he's already in deep. Number 1, his voice changes when he talks to you. One of the most subconscious yet powerful signs of attraction is how a man's voice changes when he speaks to someone he truly cares about. This is something he has little control over. It just happens naturally. When a man talks to a woman he's emotionally connected to, his tone automatically softens, becoming smoother, deeper, and more engaging. It's almost as if his entire demeanor shifts without him even realizing it. Around his friends, he might speak in a louder, more confident, or even rough tone, filled with jokes and playful banter. But when he's talking to you, there's a noticeable difference. His voice becomes more relaxed, his words come out more gently, and there's a warmth in his tone that wasn't there before. It's as if his body instinctively knows that you are special, and his voice adjusts to create a sense of comfort and connection. This happens because when a man is emotionally attached, his subconscious mind takes over. He doesn't just want to talk to you. He wants you to feel at ease, to feel safe, and to feel emotionally connected to him. His voice becomes a tool for building intimacy, even if he's unaware of it himself. If you ever notice that a man sounds different when he speaks to you compared to how he talks to others, it's a clear sign that you hold a unique and meaningful place in his heart. Number 2, he playfully challenges you, but in a sweet way. Have you ever noticed a man teasing you, playfully disagreeing, or challenging your opinions in a way that keeps the conversation fun and engaging? It might seem like he's just being difficult, but in reality, this is one of the clearest signs that he's interested in you. Men often use playful debates and teasing as a way to build chemistry and create a deeper connection. When a man is emotionally drawn to someone, he enjoys the back-and-forth energy of lighthearted banter. He might pretend to take the opposite side of an argument just to see your reaction, challenge something you say with a smirk, or tease you in a way that makes you laugh. It's his way of keeping the dynamic exciting, while also testing the waters to see how you respond. This isn't about being argumentative or trying to prove a point. It's about engaging with you in a meaningful way. If he's constantly initiating these playful conversations, it's because he genuinely enjoys talking to you. It's a strong sign that he's emotionally invested, and whether he realizes it or not, he's falling hard for you. Number 3, he becomes hyper-aware of his words around you. When a man isn't emotionally attached, he speaks freely without much thought. But when he starts falling hard, that changes. Suddenly, he becomes extra careful with his words. He doesn't want to say anything that might make you think less of him, so he filters his thoughts, rewrites his texts before sending them, and even hesitates before speaking, making sure he says the right thing. You might notice that he brings up small details from past conversations, things you casually mentioned but didn't expect him to remember. Whether it's your favorite book, a dream you shared, or something that upset you, his ability to recall these moments means he's not just hearing you, he's truly listening. This kind of awareness doesn't come from just liking someone. It comes from genuinely caring about how they perceive you. If you see him being extra mindful of his words around you, it's a clear sign that you're important to him, even if he's not saying it outright. Number 4, he tries to make you laugh, even when it's not necessary. Men love seeing the woman they care about smile, but there's a big difference between a guy who cracks jokes just to be funny and a man who actively tries to make you laugh. When a man is falling for you, he doesn't just use humor as entertainment. He uses it as a way to connect with you emotionally. You'll notice that he remembers what makes you laugh and finds ways to bring it up again. If you once giggled at a silly joke he made, he'll repeat it just to see you smile. If you're having a stressful day, he'll lighten the mood with a playful comment or an inside joke. Sometimes he'll even say the most random, goofy things, not because they're particularly funny, but because he knows they'll make you laugh. A man who isn't emotionally invested won't go out of his way to do this. He might joke around in general, but he won't make it a priority to bring joy specifically into your life. But if he's actively trying to be your source of happiness, if he genuinely cares about your well-being, then there's no doubt that your happiness is becoming just as important to him as his own. And that's a strong sign he's falling deeply for you. Number 5, he acts tough, but melts when you're upset. Most men like to appear strong, unemotional, and in control. But when a man is emotionally invested in you, all of that tough exterior starts to crack, especially when he sees you upset. If you're sad, he doesn't just brush it off. He gets quiet, concerned, and noticeably affected by your mood. If you're stressed, he instinctively looks for ways to help, whether it's giving advice, offering comfort, or just being there for you. And if someone upsets you, he suddenly becomes protective. Even if he's normally laid back, he won't tolerate seeing you hurt. The truth is, men don't let just anyone affect them this deeply. If your emotions directly impact his, it's because he cares about you in a way that goes beyond logic. It's pure emotion, and it's a powerful subconscious sign that he's falling for you. Number 6, he starts talking about future plans with you. This is one of the biggest signs that a man is mentally placing you in his future, even if he hasn't explicitly said it yet. When a man is only interested in something casual, his conversations stay in the present. He talks about what's happening now, what he's doing this weekend, or random daily topics. But when he starts making someday plans with you, it's a game changer. If he casually drops phrases like, "One day we should go on a trip together," or "I'll take you to this amazing place I know you'd love," he's already envisioning experiences with you beyond the present moment. These aren't just random statements. They reveal that he sees you as someone who will still be in his life in the future. Even small comments like, "Imagine us living in a house like this," or "Someday we should try this together," mean that in his mind, you're not just a temporary part of his world. You're someone he wants to build memories with. And the most interesting part? He might not even be fully aware that he's doing it. Men don't make plans, even hypothetically, with women they don't see a future with. If he's bringing up long-term ideas, even in a playful or subtle way, it's because he's already emotionally invested in the thought of having you by his side for the long run. Number 7, he pays attention to the little things. When a man is falling for you, he becomes incredibly attentive, even to the smallest details you might not even remember sharing. It's not just about listening, it's about truly absorbing what you say and storing it in his mind without effort. You might casually mention your favorite coffee order once, and the next time you're together, he surprises you with it. A song you offhandedly said you love, he adds to his playlist and plays it when you're around. If you talk about a childhood memory, a dream you have, or something that makes you smile, he'll bring it up weeks or even months later. To him, everything about you is worth remembering. This isn't something men do for just anyone. If he's keeping track of the little things, your habits, your likes and dislikes, your random thoughts, it's because you hold a special place in his mind. Even when he's not with you, these details stay with him. And that's a clear sign that he's emotionally invested in you. Number 8. He starts using we instead of I. One of the biggest yet often unnoticed signs that a man is falling hard for you is when his language starts to change without even realizing it. He shifts from thinking about himself alone to thinking about both of you together. Instead of saying, "I should try that new restaurant," he instinctively says, "We should go there sometime." When he listens to a song he enjoys, he doesn't just say, "I love this song." He tells you, "You'll love this song too." Even when talking about the future, his words start to reflect you being in it. He might say things like, "We'd have so much fun traveling together," or "Imagine us doing this in a few years." This shift in language isn't just a coincidence, it's a reflection of how he truly feels. When a man starts using we instead of I, it means he's mentally including you in his life, not just in the present, but in his future as well. And this isn't something men do casually. If he's naturally thinking in terms of us instead of me, it's a powerful sign that he sees you as someone truly special, someone he doesn't want to picture his life without. Number 9. He subconsciously tries to sync his life with yours. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs that a man is falling hard for you is when he starts syncing his life with yours, often without even realizing it. This isn't about him pretending to be someone he's not. It's about a natural shift that happens when someone deeply cares about another person. His subconscious mind starts aligning with yours because, emotionally, he's already letting you in. You might notice small but meaningful changes. Maybe he starts using certain phrases you say all the time, almost as if they'd become second nature to him. If you have a favorite hobby, TV show, or music genre, he suddenly takes an interest in it, even if he never cared for it before. It's not about him forcing himself to like what you like. Rather, your influence on him is so strong that he genuinely starts appreciating the things that matter to you. Even his daily routine begins to shift. If he used to sleep late, but knows you're an early riser, he might start waking up earlier. If you always go to the gym in the evening, you might notice he suddenly prefers working out at the same time. He makes adjustments without even thinking about it, so that he can spend more time with you, be available when you are, or simply feel more connected to your life. This kind of subconscious synchronization is a deep psychological sign of emotional attachment. It means he's not just interested in you for the moment, he's integrating you into his daily life, his habits, and even his future. Because in his heart, you're already a significant part of it. Number 10. He feels a natural urge to impress you. When a man is falling for you, he instinctively starts putting in more effort to make sure you see him at his best. It's not about arrogance, it's a subconscious way of showing you that he's someone worth noticing. You might notice subtle changes in his appearance. He starts dressing a little sharper, fixing his hair differently, or even wearing cologne more often. Even if he wasn't overly concerned about his looks before, he now wants to make a good impression when he's around you. Beyond appearance, he'll also find ways to highlight his strengths, whether it's his knowledge, talents, or achievements. He'll subtly bring them up in conversations, not to brag, but to make sure you see what makes him special. And if there are other men around, he might not openly compete, but you'll notice small signs. He stands a little taller, speaks with more confidence, or becomes more engaging without even realizing it. He's trying to make sure he stands out to you. The best relationships aren't about chasing or trying too hard to impress someone. They're about two people who are naturally drawn to each other, where love flows effortlessly without pressure or pretense. When a man is truly falling for you, you don't need to overanalyze or force things to move faster. Real love grows in a space of mutual understanding, respect, and emotional connection. Instead of worrying about whether he loves you enough or overthinking every little detail, focus on being your authentic self. When you're true to who you are, the right person will be drawn to you, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. The key to a strong, lasting bond is reciprocating the energy he gives, appreciating his efforts, and letting things unfold at their own pace. Because the truth is, real love doesn't need to be forced. It simply happens, and when it does, it feels natural, effortless, and deeply fulfilling. So, if you're ready to unlock even more eye-opening insights about love, attraction, and relationships, stick around. There's so much more to discover on this journey, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies, make life beautiful. See you in our next video. Take care.